5th edition actual play live stream, where we have 4 groups of 4 player characters. Tonight we are going to be returning to the adventures of the Thorns, a group of eco-terrorists, a secretive group that operates in all parts of Walharn, the continent on which our stories take place, basically protecting the natural order and making sure that economic expansion, imperial expansion, does not damage the natural world. I'm going to have the characters introduce themselves, and then I'll give a brief recap of their most recent adventures. Let's go in the order that we have it on the thumbnail. I hope that you are ready for the intro of Soren.
Hi, I'm Logan Back. I play Soren Erickson. I'm the youngest of the Ericksons.
After Soren, we have Sybil.
Hi, I'm Emmy. I play Sybil, the middlest child of the Ericksons, and the Bard Cleric.
After Sybil, we have Sebastian.
Hey, it's me, Sebastian, the oldest Erickson. I'm played by Brian. I'm here.
All right. Well, who plays who? And next we have Stevia.
Hi, I'm Zach. I play Stevie Carnon. I'm a big old woman. I'd really call us more eco-freedom fighters than eco-terrorists, but
Yeah,
each his own.
Very fair, very fair. Sorry, I have in a few of the intros I've tried really hard to find a way of saying, like, these are the people who are on the right side of things. their actions would be considered by, like, people in power, and then one of you will go, we're like eco-terrorists. And so I think it's the easiest way to explain
It's kind of true.
the operating principles. Even though,
I mean, we're terrorists. We're terrorists to capitalism.
well, I mean, just like when someone I know, I can say, just like when my sister almost lost a nanny job for having an IRA bumper sticker. You're not really a terrorist if you're just fighting a occupying force and you don't have their type of weaponry. Anyway, let's get into. I'm not here.
Haven't you ever seen Deep Space Nine?
I'm not here to explain the history of Ireland and Northern Ireland, even though I will. But we basically come back to the Thorns as they have been doing what they do best, making sure that nature is protected. They have been doing this they found out that there were a group of predators, migrant predators, these hyenas who were an invasive species. They were not meant to be an Earthmare, where the Thorns have been sent by their commanding officer, Phoebe. And so they entered a cave system called the Tombs of Telamon. Once they entered, they came across a group of bandits. The bandits and they struck an agreement together that the bandits would pull away the bulk of the hyenas, and the party, the Thorns, would confront their matron and some of the more dangerous older members of this pack. After the fight, they found that the hyenas had a prisoner, a small pug. Before moving on, Sybil was struck by some inspiration. The Thorns together realized that this pug seemed intelligent, and they cast a spell. Sybil cast Dispel Magic, and this pug became a tall, handsome high elf named Abail. Not long after Abail was revealed to be an elf and not a small dog bred to be unable to breathe, the bandits returned and attacked. The bargain no longer in play. The party, with Abail's help, managed to finish off the bandits and are now in the, at least to their knowledge, empty of threat Tomb of Telamon. And that's where we come back into it. So welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. You all are in Dungeons and Dragons.
Mhm.
Oh,
I would have no clue. Sybil's gonna like dust herself off and just look to her party and say, do any of you need healing?
I could maybe use a touch. I'm not too bad off though.
never.
I'm pretty good.
How
Are you
about
okay?
you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you for thinking of me.
Cool. So do we just want to take all this gold?
I see no reason not to. And there is a tomb.
Another room, right?
Yes. That's
As a
certainly
pug, how
interesting.
far did you get through here?
I didn't go any further, but I know the hyenas taunted their human prey the night that I was captured. A pair of farmers who lived nearby were their quarry, and they were speaking of getting some tools together and taking what was in the tomb.
In this tomb, you know anything about the zombie potential of it? How likely are we looking at having to fight something in there? You think?
Could you explain what a zombie is to me?
Yeah, it's like you know when you eat like a whole animal, but leave some of the skin on it, and then let it sit for a while, and then if that came back to life
Oh,
and it wanted to eat you, and you had to hit it in the head to kill
I've heard of.
it. Any of those in there, you think?
I don't believe that would be a problem. I think that if the presence of these hyenas and indeed the bandits who became their sort of patrons, if their presence here did not call some shambling corpse out from the tomb, I doubt that you all would, or we would.
Yeah, all right. I don't know if you guys sense any sort of magic thing about it, but otherwise seems pretty routine, I guess.
Now, you were brought in here as a dog?
Yes.
Because I remember you telling me that, yeah, I don't know, you had like a business partner that turned you into a dog, right?
Yes. That
Kind of
was 50,
roundabout.
50 years ago. Not a business
Would-
partner, a business contact
Okay.
who was displeased.
And so who brought you in here?
The hyenas.
They just found a pug and said, "We'll take that thing."
Yes, I was as confused by it as you are now.
Were you just walking like along the countryside, Milo and Otis style?
No, I
Just
was
like,
I was I had been adopted by a child in a caravan.
ah, okay. Interesting. And that curse is just completely gone now?
I have a a faint interest in using my foot to scratch behind this ear, and he taps his right ear. But otherwise, I believe it's gone.
Oh yeah, will you do it?
All right. And he sits down and sort of like pulls on his foot and turns, and luckily he is an elf, and so he manages to basically rub his toes
That's
against
hilarious. Woo, I like this guy.
Man, I want to try that. I sit down too.
It's best to, I find.
Fuck!
Oh, you'll want to.
I rolled a 1 and got 18.
You do it, but you kind of like pull a little muscle in your thigh.
Okay.
All right. Before we collect all the gold in this room, should we head off to the other one?
Sure.
Well, my sheet says I'm carrying 497 gold right now. So I think the last game I went through the process of figuring out the weight of my stuff and filling my body with gold.
Okay, but yes, Stevia's really strong.
Sure.
I don't
Yeah,
think
thanks.
the gold
What
is
do you
going to
guys-
be under threat for a while, considering we killed every living being in the other parts of the cave.
Did we kill the bandits, or did we?
We literally just murdered the bandits.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like
we did murder the
you got
bandits,
like
that's right.
corpse.
Oh, let's
It's just
Do it.
smoking corpses.
let's do what Stevia said and take all the meat out of their bodies and then fill them with gold.
What?
Like
No.
you know,
I
No,
don't think she ever
very-
said that.
like
Then
a
we
gold
use their
duck- like a
skins
gold
together
ducking.
to tie all of them together and pull them like a sled.
No.
A
It's a
caravan
good
of
idea.
corpse gold.
Stevia, you feel a chill go through Batterer at your side.
That's a good idea.
Not that. Not doing that one.
Well, look, I have nothing on me, save my dagger and my clothes. If you would like anything that you are carrying, I feel that my debt is not completely paid. I could take anything that you have that is of little value from you and free up your own
I mean,
luggage and such.
I would like a lot of gold, but I would also think that we should give a lot of the gold back to other people and, like, you know, give it to our family. And with family, she sort of like winks to the Thorns when she says it. So, I mean, you could take some of the gold if you just, I don't know, need it as a person too.
You should
Like
take
you
some.
just were unpugged, my dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he goes
Start-
over and he
start your
starts,
life.
he starts scooping gold into his pockets.
There's like probably a million pieces here. Look at this giant pile of gold.
Yeah, we got so much gold here.
Yeah, restart your entire life. Get as much as you need.
Don't you have an elephant?
Yeah, I do.
We can fill that with gold.
I don't know if we can get an elephant out of here though.
That's
I
true.
thought-
Can our spirit links carry stuff?
Yeah.
Besides us?
Yeah.
They can carry equipment and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they function like animals when they're with you. They're just very smart.
I think I have the saddest hoofed animal, so
Oh, what's your hoofed animal?
it's a mountain goat.
Hmm.
Flip.
My favorite bands.
Yeah, it's John Darnielle from the Mountain Goat.
John Darnielle is your hooked animal.
I
Well,
mean,
let's go check the other room and then we can scoop gold. Maybe there's a bag of holding in there. I don't know what that is.
Oh well,
Jingle,
I'll
jingle,
tell you
jingle.
I'll tell you what a bag of holding is. So imagine
have
if you
one?
had the ability to make a. Well, I knew someone who made them. But imagine that you knew someone who was able to create another space, a space beyond time and the rules that govern our lives. That's sort of what you get when you get a bag of holding. And he is walking next to you.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry
it's all
about
right.
that.
It's all right. No, it's fine. I'm a small man.
I'm wiry.
We're both wiry.
I like you.
I like you too. I feel like you're very likable. I can't imagine anyone not getting along with you. And he
I'm not going to tell him.
oh, that you abandoned your younger siblings?
Nothing.
and I'm putting you all on this map, but before you come to it, you come to a massive iron door. And there is a inscription on it that is in a language that I am certain that one of you will speak, even though I don't. Yep, okay. It's in Sylvan. Oh, no, it's in zeros and ones. I will say... Sebastian, basically, I do think, like, if there is any way that I would describe Sebastian, like, outside of D&D terms, like, how do you describe his whole deal? He's a hacker.
I'm in.
What is-
Senior robot.
What is Sebastian but that character that DJ Qualls played in some movie where he's a hacker? I only remember the trailer. Anyway,
What is a thief but a medieval hacker?
that's true.
You're talking about the new guy.
I don't think he played a hacker in the new guy. The new guy is the only like DJ Qualls movie I know the name of. Hey, let's talk about the new guy for a few hours.
Let's start a new guy podcast.
Well, you've got to be a cast member to start a podcast about something. You come to this iron door, and in Sylvan, it says, "Here rests Telamon."
Yeah, his grave is probably like right in here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Do we think it's gonna be like trapped or anything? You know, like tricked out? Like, how careful are we gonna be going in, or should I just like straight up open the door?
I could.
I mean, I'm
I'll investigate.
probably not going to be careful at all.
How obsessed was Soren with ancient Egyptian tombs as a kid? Tomb is trapped.
Oh, luck check.
So ancient Egyptian isn't necessarily the right area to be thinking about.
All right, Assyrian, same thing.
Just any kind of old tomb that had like darts.
Hey Yugi boy, tell us about this torment.
It's more like
Sumerian, same thing.
I mean, it's more like Greek heavily in love with the Sumerian culture that he had come and sort of semi-conquered with a friend. That's kind of the vibe that maybe this tomb might have. Yeah, so Soren, I would say make a history check to see what you might think could be involved.
Okay, but does he get advantage because he was obsessed with it as a kid?
Door.
Soren, were you obsessed with it as a kid? You can make the choice.
No, probably not. Soren would be like a bug kid.
Yeah, I mean, I think you
Certain
would
topics.
be, you could, I would say that it would make more sense for Soren to have read a lot about Sikander, the general Telamon
I
served under.
do not think those things are mutually exclusive. Bug kid, Sumerian history kid, I think are probably pretty broad Venn diagram there.
Okay, yeah, it's a big
Candor, cicadas, it's all the same thing.
there is a big old door, Soren.
It's a big door.
Nothing on these hinges over here.
Sybil's just gonna try the door.
Okay. When you place your hand on it, are you still wearing the spirit ring?
Yes.
Okay. It glows as you place your hand onto. There is just like this massive, like, single iron bar, and you have to like push it down. And so once you've have your hand around the bar, the ring begins to glow, and you all hear what sounds like shum, 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 behind the door.
So either I just awakened something bad, or something loves me.
Does it sound like bars sliding, like unlocking mechanism?
I'm not
I don't
going
know
to
if I
make a
would know
perception
that, but-
check. It is bars sliding.
Okay.
Can I just keep a general eye on our new friend and the way he's reacting as the door opens and things like that?
Yeah, sure. Make a insight check now for just general vibe when the door is opened, and then if you
Plus
wanna
zero.
give me something specific.
I don't know. 3. I don't know. I
Three.
shouldn't be on advantage. I'm sorry. 3.
That's okay. So Sybil, you've got the weight down. You now feel like there's a little bit of give in this big ass door.
I assume then it's like a push door, so Sybil's gonna pull it.
Okay, you pull it. Nothing happens. It is a push door.
So Sybil's now gonna push it.
Okay. And when you push it, you actually feel it just like sliding back. and then it seems to have found a like hole that is perfectly sized to the door, and it begins to slide down so that it is in it. And then you see the top of the door catches because of where the iron bar was, and is now the first step in a small stone staircase that goes up.
Wow, that's cool.
I'm so sorry. Did Stevia hit batter?
Possibly. I set beer down in battery, sorry. I am going. Is it dark?
It is dark, but when you step in, there will be a light situation.
I was just gonna cast light on battery.
Okay. And you are able to do so. Looking ahead of you, you can see there is a large sarcophagus for not Goliath size, but like pretty close. There is a armor stand that only has greaves on it, and then the suit of armor is holding this long. It's a strange sword. It's like a leaf blade sword. It's basically a Greek knife, but longer, but very long. Like not a short sword, a long sword. There are a few piles of gold and a few gems. There are 2 chests, and then there is a statue of a man in like his late 20s. I'm gonna let my dogs outside talk amongst yourselves.
Man,
Y'all,
he's
y'all
kind
getting
of
any of
cute.
these? It's just this guy's still barking. He can't stop barking. Y'all get any sort of any cursey vibes? Any bad magic going on in here? I mean, I know you don't know that right now, but just something to consider.
I'm the only one that doesn't have religion on my side.
I'm back.
Oh.
You see a statue of a man in his like middle 20s. He looks similar to some people of Hallandor, people from the more like eastern province of Hallandor, and he is wearing a helmet. The helmet has this long sort of. It looks almost like it's sharp enough to be a blade. Jutting out of the back, there is like just this sheet of steel that fans out. Upon closer inspection, you see that it is not steel, but it's very nice, very well done iron. But it is only iron. The helmet itself is this cool sort of configuration that is like straight across the brow, and then it goes down and flares inward so that it almost touches the lips, and then it would hang past his chin in these like big strips down to his chest. And you can see that above the forehead there is a ruby.
Kind of like a lion's mane.
Kind of like a lion's mane.
Oh, could get a whole oeuvre going here. Well, what do y'all think? You guys think we're just down to start touching stuff?
Do you know anything about this guy? Pugsy?
Oh, sorry, Abaye.
I forgot your name. It's my fault.
No, it's okay. Let me think what this guy's history bonus would be.
Here, let me do the thing I do to remember people's names. Abiel. Oh, Abiel. Okay, got it. It's in my head now.
Okay. So he points at the statue and he says, Telemon was the first general recruited by Sikander that was not one of his father's men. So when Sikander died, he was one of the 10 generals who divided part of the land that they had conquered.
And was he a bad person or a good person? Do you know anything about that?
It depends on your outlook on Sikander, I suppose. Many think that he killed his general.
He killed Sikander?
Yes. Jealousy. Sorry?
Do you know any magic?
Yes.
Can you see if any of this stuff is, I don't know, booby trapped?
I could try. Here. And he walks forward. I don't really do I don't have anything that's suited to magically deciphering whether it's trapped or not, but I can just give it a look. And I have, and he wiggles his fingers, and you see that between them, like the spots between them, you see that there is now a red hand. And then he lowers his hand, and there's just this floating, like, almost, it looks like a glove of magic. And he says, I could poke things with this.
Yeah, why don't you just give everything give it a good hard poke. Let's see if anything happens.
Okay. And he pokes this nose, he pokes the corner of this, he pokes the top of this chest, the lock of this chest, and then he like boops the nose of this this armor holding stand.
Point test inconclusive. I kind of want to check out this guy. This helmet, does this seem to be removable?
Yes, it looks like it's the only part of that whole deal that is removable.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up and check it out.
Okay. You remove it. You can see that there is a actually like attached, but so firmly that it would take you a really long time to get rid of it. The hair that is on this statue's head is carved obsidian. And it's like this really intricately done, really cool tangle of like really curly hair.
And it's attached to the helmet?
No, it's like on the statue head, sorry.
Okay.
Looking at the statue, it is like, it's really well made. It is like steel, or sorry, it's iron and bronze in different places of the plating. Like the actual helmet part seems to be iron, and then that bladed sort of sheet that goes up on the back seems to be made of iron. The rest of it, like what you saw as a mane, that's like bronze.
Cool.
And then it has a pretty big ruby on the forehead.
Gotcha. We haven't learned anything, like there's anything special about obsidian, have we? I always get that mixed up in fantasy worlds.
No, that's Song of Ice and Fire.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I just couldn't remember if it was this particular thing. Okay. So this is the helmet of a guy who killed his commander?
Allegedly.
Well, I guess it's not using it. I'm gonna inspect the ruby, I guess.
Yeah, it's
See if I can see
inlaid.
if there's anything.
You could have it taken out probably by almost any blacksmith. When you hold it in... Oh, there is a light in the room. I apologize. There is a hole in the ceiling that is about as wide as, like, Sybil's hand. And it shines down right here. And that on top of Batterer. The ruby seems to catch the light in an odd way.
Okay. I guess I'll just take it for now, unless anyone else wants to check it out. See if they'd be more suited to it. But I don't want to put it on just yet. I want to see if anyone can tell me any more about this ruby before I put it on.
Sybil would like to open the chest that she is standing in front of.
Okay. There is a lock, but you can see that it is not bound, so it is. You can open it. Would you like
Yeah.
to? Okay. When you open it, you see inside there is a belt. It is thin leather. The clasp that attaches at the center looks like it is bronze. It's just brown leather.
Just a regular belt.
Yeah, and then like underneath it, you see there's like a really. This is non-magical, but there's like this really dope, like cream-colored cloak.
Sybil's just gonna pull them out.
Okay.
Does anybody want these? She's gonna show them to her party.
Look a little small for me.
I could take whichever. I'll take anything that you all don't want. No use letting it go to waste.
Sybil's gonna throw it at him as she passes by to go over to the other chest.
What do you throw at him?
I throw the cloak of the belt at him.
Okay. All right, and you open the other chest. Inside, you see that there is something that you don't really want to see. There is a old, rotting hand. It is in like this really grungy-looking water, and the hand is curled with like a death grip around this wand that looks like it is made out of bone.
Sybil is going to shriek and step back from that chest.
Is everything okay?
There's a hand in there.
Yeah, we are in a tomb.
A ham?
No, a hand.
Is it human?
Humanoid.
Let me go look at it.
Okay.
Can I do a deception check now? Arcana, I guess.
On the hand.
Yeah, to kind of get a general idea of what it is.
Okay.
I can do a sleight of hand.
No, you can do an Arcana check, sure.
You have to insult it.
That's a good one, Zach. You open it, and you can see that what you have is... So the wand itself is clearly magical. It is not like a focus. It is a wand that has at least a spell in it.
Okay.
It seems like in casting the spell a certain way, or maybe by a curse or something, the hand that is attached to it was unable to let go.
Whoa. Okay. I'm going to try to cast Mage Hand at the hand. It probably won't do anything, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Okay. So you cast Mage Hand, and what? What do you do on the hand?
So I'm trying to like direct the magical energy at the hand that is wrapped around the wand, but I'm sure I'm not smart. So it probably won't do anything. I'm new to this spell game, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you just rephrase what you're doing?
No. I can't. I'm trying to cast the spell Mage Hand like into that hand.
Okay, gotcha.
See if that magic
Yeah.
like affects it in any way.
I don't think you can. I don't think it's like a ghost hand, your mage
Yeah.
hand.
Well,
So
I mean, it's a spectral hand, but
it's in.
yes, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like
invisible.
it's able to touch stuff. So no, I think, but like your hand goes and like lays flat against the hand, like thing from the Addams family being tired.
Okay. Yeah. My hand spoons its hand.
Yeah, basically.
Can I lift it with the mage hand?
Oh yeah, you can.
I'm gonna lift it, but I'm gonna hold it out like it's like a bag of garbage that I don't want to like be near my nose. So I'm just like holding it out.
Okay.
You said the wand is made of bone?
Oh,
The
sorry.
wand is made out of bone. Yeah. The handle is made out of something else. The like wand part is made out of bone. It's the handle is cherry wood. I'm gonna let my dogs inside.
Okay.
It's pretty creepy.
It's very creepy, but cool.
Any idea what it does?
I'm getting into a My Chemical Romance phase, so I like bony things.
It does kind of match your one eye.
Hell yeah.
Is it a wand of summoning a black parade?
When I was a young boy, what did you do with the wand? Did something
So I'm
take
pulling it out of the chest, and I'm gonna lay it down right here. And does anything happen?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the chest. Is there any like hidden compartments or anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
16.
There is a hidden compartment in the upper part of the chest. Looking at the chest that Sybil opened earlier, you can see there is more, like, empty space in the top compared to the one that she opened more recently. And you are able to find a small piece that you can push, and when it opens, you see. I'm hesitant to give this to you, Brian. Just because I know that you're going to say that it's something that doesn't exist. There's a satchel. There's a gray satchel.
I check for messages.
You son of a bitch! Yeah, there you have a bag that can be thrown across the shoulder. Could fit a laptop in it, a couple files for your boss. Just kidding. It's a satchel.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get on my 18-speed bike, and I'm gonna go do my job now.
Are you gonna ride like? Are you gonna ride like hell? Premium rush.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a premium rush, baby.
I thought they all rode fixies. It's like drifted downhill.
I close a cab door.
And
I close another cab door. Does this seem magical?
What, the belt?
The bag.
Oh, the bag. The bag. I mean, make an investigation check.
Okay. 22.
Most definitely, it's empty.
Like if I reach into it, it's empty.
Yeah, it's empty. It's empty when you look at it.
And did Abiel really tell me what a bag of holding is?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I'm gonna take something and put it in there.
Okay.
Something heavy. I'm gonna put a crowbar in there.
Okay, you put your crowbar in there. Looking at it, your crowbar is sitting there, and then there's like the skittering of a rock under Stevia's foot, and your eyes just dart away for a second, thinking like, it's the bandits, they're coming at us. But then there's nothing, and when you look back into the bag, the crowbar is gone.
What?
did you just lose your crowbar?
I'm gonna reach into the bag and see if I can find my crowbar.
Your hands wrap around the metal of your crowbar.
I'm gonna go put all this gold in this bag.
All right. Yeah. Each of the piles in here, there are 35 gold pieces.
So that's 70 total.
Mhm.
And you said they're gems too?
There are gems. You managed to find none of the gems are worth more than 100 gold. You find 1 diamond and 1 sapphire that are worth 100 gold, and then the rest of your gems are just basically the equivalent of gold,
Okay.
and they make up the equivalent of like another 30 gold.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, crack open this tomb itself, or are we gonna leave that to the gods?
What's the deal with the?
With the pseudo, with the armor holder. So it's
Yeah.
just there are 2 bronze greaves lined with leather, and then there is a long sword that he is holding.
Okay. Yeah. Can I just take those off of it?
Yeah. So the greaves, there are fasteners on the back, but you can undo them. And the long sword, it takes a little bit of prying, but you can get it out of the statued hands without breaking them.
Okay.
The longsword is pretty interesting. It is a bronze blade that has a bulbous part in sort of the middle, like a Zephos. It's narrower, closer to the hilt than it is towards the middle of the blade, but it comes to a point. And the hilt itself, it's like the hilt seems to be made like the crossguard is iron, and then the pommel is iron as well, with like a ring in it. But then the hilt itself is a creamy green jade.
Creamy green.
I love cream green. I think it's a great color.
Yeah, me too.
Mint. It's a minty colored jade. There we go.
Cream greens are delicious too.
Writing a short story today, I used the word creamy green and then was like, oh, mint. So I've done that twice today.
Could be sage.
Pea soup.
Sorry, Soren. And then the greaves themselves, so they are lined with leather so that they don't like chafe on your forearms. There is a design on each of them. They are sylvan, just like the markings on the door.
I'm gonna just like hold the sword and like swing it to get like in this direction, just to get like an idea of like balance.
Okay. So it is a +1 sword. So can you make a attack with like a strength-based martial weapon as up one of the barges that crossed the Ohio River next to Lewis County, where my grandma lived, passes by. Okay, so a 19.
Yeah.
+1, so 20. And you get the sense when you swing it that this weapon, while it is functionally a longsword, you can use it. It just cuts strangely. One-handed. I mean, let's just say that you also use part of a long rest figuring this out for fairness on how D&D works.
But, yeah.
Basically, when you swing it one-handed, instead of 1d8, it'll be 2d4. And when you swing it two-handed, it is 1d6 and 1d4 instead of 1d10.
Okay.
And then there's one other property to it.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I have an idea of what it might be, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to sound dumb.
Is it like a chainsaw?
What do you think? What do you think it might be?
I'm thinking just because it's even though you probably designed this earlier.
Sorry, you cut out.
Oh,
So
He censored
hold on.
himself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Is it this fucking Sylph sword from Berserk? Serpico?
It is not. That would be cool.
Okay. Just because
RIP.
it's a similar kind of design, and I've been thinking about Berserk.
Yeah. RIP.
Also, Sylvan everything.
It's a Zephos, but that would be cool. But okay, you have looked at a number of things. You have looked at a number of things.
Does anyone want me to hold stuff for them? In my cool new messenger bag.
Oh, Lady Sybil.
Yeah.
Since you were uninterested in the hand, perhaps you should take this belt and cloak.
Okay. Thanks. Sybil's gonna hand it to Sebastian to put in the bag.
Done.
I'll look at it later. Does somebody else, not me, want to open the tomb? Or should we let the man rest?
I mean, I think I could get this top off, but it's up to y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going topless? And Avail starts to lift his shirt.
Hell yeah, I take mine off too.
I do too. Yeah, Stevie does too. All right, now I can really get in there and push this off if we need. Actually, it'd probably take me a while to get everything off. But
Well, you've got
summer.
something. I mean, so you just saw Sebastian learn what the bag of holding was using a certain implement.
oh, it's crowbar. I have a crowbar too, but I could also probably just do it.
You just want to.
Come on, it's Stevia.
You just want to Hulkamania? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me look at Stevie. Hold on. Let me look at it first. Let me make sure there's no like weird shit.
Open it as hard as Kratos opens chests.
Never mind. I get out of the
break
way.
it.
You just break it. Yeah, you
hardness.
just smash it.
You stomp on it, and then it shatters.
Oh no. Introducing Greek things made you all
26.
decide that
That's insane.
scenery is bad.
Yo, I want to respec Soren to just be Kratos.
21.
Is that something I can do?
You could be Lotus's son. Okay. So with 21, yeah, you managed to find enough purchase that you are able to just and basically shove the lid off. Hey, buddy, cut that out. And inside you see there is a corpse, some decayed rags that look like once upon a time they were clothes are sort of stripping across the old dry bones and tiny bit of like congealed death on him. I don't know. I don't know if he would become a skeleton after like 4,000 years, but I don't know how time. He'd be a skeleton. Oh wait, 4,000 years. Yeah, he's a skeleton. Sorry.
Or just goo. He's either that or just goo.
So he is a skeleton. There is on his head, however, there is a very plain crown. It's basically a circlet with small like spikes every like 4 inches. He is, for a skeleton, he is pretty big. Pretty big skeleton. Like for a human, especially from back when humans were a little bit smaller. But other than that, could I have an investigation check from only 2 people?
Probably not me.
Yeah, not me.
All right.
Fine.
I'm wise. I'm not smart.
I'm neither.
21.
16.
Okay. With the 21 and the 16, you all see that there is something just beneath the small of the skeleton's back.
Oh, is it a tattoo?
Tramp stamp.
Hell yeah, Zach.
On the bone?
The bad boys right again.
For life.
Sybil's going to point it out and say to Stevia, "Can you move him?"
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Yeah, it's
Kratos,
like-
you just handful of the ribs, throw them across the room.
Yeah. No, I'll pick him up. I'll treat it with enough respect that a 4,000-year-old bodies do, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll just pick it up and put it outside on the floor. Or no, maybe I'll just pose it on the statue over here.
You put it behind.
It's respectful,
Put
right?
it behind
Yeah.
the statue of him
Like
on the horse.
with its arms around him like he's riding behind him.
If you can read this, my skeleton fell off.
Oh, that one got me.
Just that would be a good sticker to have in a real world motorcycle.
So what you see underneath it, there is a spool of thread. It is golden thread, and it is tied around a small bronze needle.
Can Sybil reach her hands in to grab it?
Yeah, you can reach it.
Okay, Sybil's going to reach in and grab the wheel and the threads.
Okay, you pick up the needle and thread.
And it sort of reminds her of when they sort of relived being the old gods and her time as Karima.
Yeah.
And I think, can I do an investigation on it to see what's up with this cool ass thread?
Yeah.
18.
You think that there is a chance that it is connected to the thread that you saw then.
Whoa.
Karima. Sybil's gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
Oh, he'd get something like that. I guess I wouldn't know. So.
Well, you had seen the thread that Karima had in that memory, so you
Okay.
if Sybil tells you, you might be able to make that connection
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
But with a less personal relationship to it, I don't know if Stevia could roll high enough to see it.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I'd rock it.
DC would be a little high. But all right, so
Hey, gang. Are we so far taking everything? Or, like, fuck it, right? We're just taking it all, right?
I think that if not you, or someone else will take. What?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get my hamburger helper hand over here, and I'm gonna take the crown off its head.
Okay.
And I'll buzz it over to me. Buzz.
You gonna start wearing a crown?
I mean, no, not necessarily. I mean,
Did you put it on?
Are you going to sell it
no,
for
I did
money?
not put it on.
Okay.
If anything, Soren probably should, right? He outranks all of us.
No crown.
I'm
You might look good on you. I think I'm looking on you, Soren.
I'm
You remind me of the bar.
I'm minor nobility.
Well, yeah, we all are, buddy.
That's true. What am I saying?
So are we just gonna let Sebastian put everything in his new bag of holding?
Did Stevia take the ruby out of the statue?
The statue is in the helmet.
Okay.
The ruby's in the helmet.
Oh yeah, sorry. The ruby is in the helmet.
Yeah, I've got the
The statue is in the helmet.
I'm gonna look
Everything's
at
in
it
the
more
helmet
closely
if
in
you
the
look at
light,
the
so.
reflection.
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Wilhelm
for
just has a big helmet on top of it.
Yeah.
That's the North Pole.
The sun is. What is the sun but a big helmet in the sky? At your next long rest, you all can figure out what everything you've got does.
So if we're putting it in the bag, I'll for record keeping, it's a ruby helmet. There's greaves, right?
Mhm.
A sword, but you can probably just hold on to that.
Yep. Late 2000s
belt.
white rapper Greaves is in the back.
Hell yeah. Belt and a cloak. And
Gold.
he's gonna take the wand, right? That's what he wanted.
Oh, am I?
Oh, I thought you were. I thought that's why you gave the cloak and the belt back.
Oh no, I thought that you all had decided that the wand should stay here.
We might ought to keep the good stuff in the family, right?
Yeah,
Well,
let's keep the wand.
I think he deserves something, though, right?
He will get a ton of gold.
Yeah, gold is enough to set me up and get me back to Dossero.
Okay.
I mean, also, I guess I don't really want the crown, but
Yeah, I don't care. About
Let's just
I want to find out what the crown
take
is.
it all, look it all over,
okay,
and then decide.
Smart idea. He just gets a ton of gold.
You'll probably travel with us for a little bit. Maybe we can camp out tonight.
Yeah.
Stay with us.
Okay, thank you.
Safer in numbers. You won't get turned into a pug again.
I would really like to not be a pug again.
No.
I would at least
Also,
like
we
to be a
have camping
dog.
stuff.
I'd like to be a dog who can breathe if I ever have to be a dog again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird that you were turned into a pug. You know, you seem more like a greyhound to me.
Oh, thank you. I'll steer.
Skinny and tall.
I'm gonna go kiss this gold.
I'm not that skinny. And shirtless, you can see he's got a little bit of muscle on him.
Can we try the ruby in that light, Stevia? Just in case.
Yeah, I'll hold the helmet up to that beam of light, shine directly into the ruby.
Yeah, you can see there is an odd glow in the ruby. It's almost like when you move the helmet and the like padding that's sort of built into it, where it normally would clang. You see there is like it does clang, but you see that there is like a ripple, like in the water, inside of the ruby. In the light.
Interesting. Yeah, it seems like almost seems like it's deep. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like there's something in here that ripples with some movement.
Just wanted to make sure we weren't missing anything with that.
Do you want me to put my hand in it?
Into the ruby?
Like, into the hole. I think I could fit my hand through it.
Oh, the hole is like way above you, like
Oh, never mind.
the roof of the part of the cave that you are in goes up above
Yeah.
the.
I mean, I could stand on Stevia's shoulders.
I could fastball specialty up there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's just a hole.
I don't know that there's anything to gain from that.
Yeah. Just wanted to see how it reacted with natural light, judging by how it worked with that aura. Anyway.
Well, I guess let's hit the rickety. I think we're all done here, huh?
I mean, there's a ton of gold upstairs, but yes.
Yeah.
As I leave this room, I'm gonna yell to Stevia. Should we put the skeleton back?
You don't like
No.
it right there?
I know it's cool, but
I think it'd be kind of fun if, a long time from now, someone else breaks in here and finds nothing but that skeleton riding its own statue. I think would be
That is really funny.
a good laugh for them, right? They're gonna need something at the end of all of it.
It's a good shape.
I say leave it.
Should we put the jerk, the bad guy that we fought in the tomb? So they'll be like, wait, why is there a tomb with a guy from 20 years ago?
Yeah, they'll have to figure out which one is the correct
Blow their
spot.
minds.
Wait, but aren't there more blink hyenas in this cave?
I
Like
think
on
it
the
was
other side?
the friendlies, right? The little babies.
Yeah, well, they'll grow up and then they'll eat those corpses.
Oh, that's true. All right, I'm going to Scrooge McDuck this pile.
So from this pile, notwithstanding the 350 gold that Abiel takes, you manage to get 2,000 gold. Some of that is in platinum.
Damn.
Okay, 2,000 gold. And the 497 is part of that I put in all my clothes.
No, that is new gold.
So, okay, got it.
That was me doing quick math, only remembering what you took when you said it.
2,000.
And I mean, obviously for verisimilitude purposes to anyone watching, the our two fans who will watch this in 2 years' time when they get through the rest of the stuff that's coming before it.
This one's for you, Aaron. This one's for you.
We've got 2 people who aren't involved in the stream who have watched at least up to episode 16, which is a Thorns episode.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Nice.
No, but you all... Hey, Aaron. No, but, I mean, for verisimilitude purposes, obviously, it's not actually exactly 2,000 gold, but who wants to keep track of that? It's 2,000 gold. I realized when I said the most round number, 2,000 gold, that seems like very lazy storytelling, and it is.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyone who's into like the bureaucracy and economics to that granular of a level is probably just going to be disappointed in a lot of things in life.
That's true.
I'm going to write 1,997 just so you can feel good.
You mean the year that I was born?
Oh, that hurt me.
That's rough to hear.
I gotta go, guys.
Over a decade after me, but that's okay.
Logan, don't say the year you were born.
No.
Yeah, I've got 3 of the numbers on the gun safe plugged in. If I hear yours, I'm going to plug in that 4th. And it's going to be an abrupt end to the stream.
All right, heck yeah.
All right, I'm not going to tell you all what to do. So if you want to...
I think we're
Get out of
leaving
here.
the cave.
Yeah. We were just having a little bit,
Did we search their bodies for any cool weapons?
Oh, sure.
I'll do that real
you can.
quick.
Sure. You find...
I don't remember if I did it last time.
There is the hilt of a great sword carved completely out of ice. When you pick it up, it begins to form the shape of great sword with thick ice freezing in the water vapor in the air. That was on the captain.
Hey, Soren.
Yeah.
I think this one, or Stevia, one of you guys might like this.
Bud's for you. No, it's a little too sharp for me.
I mean, I'll take it.
There you go. Now you're
Just
a
have a-
lightning and a nice dad.
Yeah. Bunch of weapons.
Me and Batter are going to go the distance, I think. Isn't that right, Bud?
Verily!
All right. You want to go out of this place?
Yeah.
It's back to the lewd cave entrance, now exit.
I forgot about it.
There's a few lewd maps in this area.
I can't help it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard not to when you're
Once
doing maps.
we're off stream, I'll remind everybody of the map that I made that Aaron, who was producing the episode it was in, literally had to maneuver the map strategically throughout the encounter so that it didn't look like something. Okay, you all have made it out back into the wilderness.
What time does it?
Well, never mind. It's in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
What time of day is it?
It is like midnight, and the stars and you.
Should we just set up right out here?
Maybe not right by the entrance in case those like other hyena dogs.
Yeah, maybe get out in the woods a little bit and build us a fire, keep them away.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm running low on preserved meats. I might need to stock up soon.
I'm surprised you didn't try to take any of that blink hyena meat.
Yeah, all the hyena meat.
Oh man, I should have. All right, I gotta go back now.
Oh, gee.
But we can say that this map is we'll just stay on this for the campsite that you all make up. I know what part of camping you're looking forward to, so you all set up your camp, and I will have you all just tell me in what order you would like to learn about your items. Gather around the campfire. Yeah, I'm like Father Christmas showing up to give the peasants their toys. This just shows how unfairly skewed the magic item handing out has been, giving the magic items to every team but you all.
Yeah.
This group basically has Batterer and nothing else until now.
I have my turtle ring.
Oh yeah, you have 2 great rings.
We got like powers and stuff though. Like I can turn into a lion.
Dragon for me to forge armor.
Sword has some lightning stuff. Like we got magic powers instead.
I'm a living magic weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll check out this helmet.
Okay.
See what's up?
Yeah. All right. So spending a little under an hour with it, what you realize is it grants you no bonus to AC, unless it is worn with light or medium armor. When it is worn with light or medium armor, it will grant you a +1 bonus, basically allowing you to move a little
medium
quicker.
armor now.
You are?
Yeah, chainmail.
Chainmail's heavy.
Is it heavy? I
Yeah.
thought it was still medium. Okay.
So it'll give you a +1 when you are wearing either of those. But when you are wearing heavy armor, you may choose once a day, and it requires attunement, not to get the AC bonus with the lower armors, but for this feature, you have to be attuned to it. Once a day for 5 minutes, the helmet will create basically a anti-sound field around your body, casting the silent spell on only your armor, making it so that you can sneak without disadvantage.
That's rad.
For 5 minutes.
That's good.
So the ripple in the ruby is a sound wave.
Okay.
Okay. You're wearing a very ostentatious helmet when you do it, but
yeah, no, it is a little bit much for Stevia. That's the only thing. It is a little bit garish for her taste, but I don't know. I might be willing to part with it if someone else is interested in it. So I don't know. Probably mostly in heavy armor eventually. And yeah, it just doesn't fit Stevie's aesthetic too much.
Not me. I gotta let my hair breathe. It's gotta flow, baby.
Yeah, I drew all of the Ericksons with the most glorious hair possible. I mean, Celia
Yeah.
also has really nice hair.
Sybil, I think this ruby might go with your complexion pretty well.
The ruby?
Yeah. I meant the helmet in general, but just the ruby in it.
Yeah, maybe. Let me take a look at the cloak and belt.
Okay. Pulling them out, you look over them. The cloak, you quickly realize, just a nice cloak. Very well made. Be a good element of other pieces. The belt is more interesting. Because when you look over it, you realize that there is actually something stitched into the leather on the inside of the sort of back half of the belt. It's covered with old dust from when it was in that chest. But when you begin to look it over and you put it back on, you find that there are 3 symbols, and you can identify them pretty quickly as the alchemical symbol for fire. Sybil, you're about to rest, so I think you can just do this once a day, and you'll do it to figure out what it is. But once a day, you can cast the spell Scorching Ray.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Your belt of blasting.
Does it come out of the belt buckle?
It does come out of the belt buckle.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
Sybil's gonna specifically wear it in a way that it will not come out yeah.
It's Aoyama.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, you don't have to wear the belt around your waist. You could Final Fantasy it and have it around your arm or
throw it
something.
around your shoulder. Put
We
it
could
on
go
your
literally
arm,
anywhere
bicep,
for the Final
your
Fantasy
leg,
Leg, I think, is
Your
cool.
sword.
your kneecap, anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Your sword could be a belt.
Yeah, that's what Xenoblade's about.
What was the cloak?
The cloak is just a cloak.
A question about the belt.
What's your question?
Mechanically. So Scorching Ray is a 2nd level spell. I got 3 bolts. I use this spell a lot as a wizard. Do I use up one of my own spell slots, or is it
It's just the belt.
okay, so it's always 2nd level.
Always 2nd level, yeah. But you get it once a day, every day. No spell slots.
Okay.
It requires attunement.
Mhm.
Most of what you all got requires attunement.
Taking a Crown Town, baby.
Crown Town, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the crown is magical in nature. When you're looking it over.
I'm not mad.
It's made out of tin, from what you can tell.
Now I'm mad.
All right. I'm sorry, Brian.
No, it's okay. Does it make me look like Jughead? Do I want hamburgers?
You do. You've never had a hamburger, but you suddenly want one. You vegan rogue.
Do I want Impossible Burgers?
You want Impossible Burgers.
Good.
Can you just say, "Look at me. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo."
I'm a freak. I'm different. That's why I wear this crown.
Does Soren then have to say you don't know the highs and lows of high school football?
You don't know the highs and lows of high school dungeoneering.
Of high
I don't
school.
want your life.
I'm sorry. The epic highs and lows of high school.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
of high school hoop and stick game. All right. Anything else you all want to investigate? You want to look over?
Sword and Greaves.
Alrighty, sword and greaves. So the sword, basically, you have what you already know. +1 sword. It is 2d4 when it's one-handed, 1d4 or 1d6 for two-handed. And well, so you figure out the name of the sword is Shield Tusk. If you would like to keep that name, or if you can keep it as Xiphos.
One word or two words?
It is, in my notes, it is one word about
Okay.
it.
Got it.
And the additional property of it is that when you are fighting an enemy in heavy armor, if you score a critical hit on them, their AC drops by 1. And
Dang.
the time limit on that is if
pretty good.
it's magical armor, it basically lasts for an hour. If it's non-magical armor, it is until they get repaired.
Damn. That's pretty good.
So on a crit hit, you would basically lower their AC by 1. Okay. For the greaves, they are greaves of orcish kind. So while wearing these, you speak orcish. Your critical hits have the brutal critical effect. The half-orc feat that lets you add an additional damage dice. If you wear the greaves consistently, you will start to grow taller. And you will start to grow tusks. Those have no stat bonuses, but you do start to grow a little stronger. While you are wearing them, you have +1 to your strength.
Okay.
That's rad.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Oh, also, sorry, to clarify based on the thing that Aaron said in chat. Shield Tusk does not, you can't keep doing it to the same person.
Yeah.
1 critical per enemy that you are fighting in heavy armor, their AC drops. So if you somehow got 20 criticals on the same person, you wouldn't dismantle their AC.
Yeah, I'm scared to use the wand.
I can heal you afterwards if something goes awry.
Can you heal my hand back onto my body?
Yeah, maybe.
I will certainly try.
I believe it. I'm going to try to use the wand.
Okay, so describe to me how that works. What are you doing?
Well, first I'm going to try to get the other hand off of the wand.
That serves as a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get it off with your natural strength, Sebastian.
Because I'm weak, or because
Feels like you would have. Feels like even Stevia would have little chance to get this off.
Hmm.
And by little, I mean next to none.
I don't know. Maybe just cast it with your hand.
touching
Like
that
use
hand.
the hand. Yeah. Maybe.
Here's what I'll do. I'm going to use my mage hand to lift up the hand in front of me. And then I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to make it look like I have another arm attached to that. And I'm going to try to cast out of it.
Unfortunately, the
I don't know if
illusion.
Mage Hand can use those.
Yeah,
though.
your mage hand cannot use wands.
Uh-huh. You're right. All right, I'm gonna try to hold the hand and cast out of it.
All right. When you do so, what is the highest level spell slot that you have, Sebastian?
Second.
Second. Okay. Uh. Wow. Okay. Let me check first level. Okay. You lift the wand and you point it at a tree, and this, like when Sybil cast the rays of fire using her belt, you cast this ray of green energy that streaks out and crashes against the tree, doing nothing. But then you all see several lightning bugs that had been floating all drop dead in the range of that
I don't like it.
bolt. You have cast Ray of Sickness, and what your wand does is it lets you cast every day up to your intelligence modifier of necromancy spells on the sorcerer spell list that are spells of levels that you have.
Okay.
So if you use all of your spell slots naturally, like say when you have third level spell slots, if you use all your third level spell slots, you will no longer be able to use a third level necromancy spell using this wand.
I understand, but it does not take up the slot, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I did not realize when I was writing this. It'll be the wizard spell list instead of the sorcerer spell list because there are more necromancy spells on the wizard one.
Cool. Oh, I'm evil now, guys.
I don't think it's necessarily evil. You could always think of necromancy as giving purpose to something that has moved on, whose spirit has moved on.
I mean, a lot of clerics practice necromancy to some
Exactly.
degree. You know?
Like, I think a spell I have, and like a sword and even Stevia have, we sort of help save somebody from the brink of death. And that's considered necromancy.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to swap? Do you want to have the fire belt?
No.
Are you
It'll be all right.
sure?
As long as,
I really
long as
don't
you
want
use
to
it
hold
for
this
good.
hand. I think the holding the hand's the part I don't like.
Wrap it in cloth
Yeah.
or something.
What if we get it a glove for the hand? What if we try to sew a glove onto the hand?
Yeah. I put it in the bag. I don't want to touch it anymore.
Maybe we could talk to somebody when we get into Ursamere.
We're gonna find me a therapist again.
I mean that, but
We could do improv. It seemed to help that other guy.
No, but anyway, I guess I'll take first watch here if we're all ready to settle down.
Yeah. Better on you.
Oh,
You cut out.
you cut out for me. I didn't hear what you said.
Do you want the greaves?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. You don't wanna wear it?
No, I think they'd work much better for you.
Okay.
Skill set.
How about this helmet? You want to trade for the helmet?
I don't know. It cut out again.
We also may be able to just like trade stuff for other stuff, you know.
It's true. Could go into town.
I don't think we've ever shopped.
Oh, I love shopping.
Yeah, you seem like a
Yeah.
yeah.
I do kind of want the greaves because I just want to see how tall I can get. I'm cool with tusks. That's
Well,
fine.
so for you it wouldn't work. I'm sorry to say. It can only
Oh,
make
no.
it can only make you as tall as an orc, and you're already taller than most orcs get.
Would she still grow the
Yeah.
tusks?
Yes.
Yeah, I was I was willing to take the tusks for the height. I don't know
Ah, see, to me the
I've
tusks are the cool part.
I mean, that is also pretty cool. I'm at max strength though.
You could have two characters who have spent some time at 21.
That's true. Yeah, okay. I'll take them. I'll put them on. I can already speak Orcish, but I'm extra fluent.
Stevia, a champion fighter?
Yes.
I am defense.
Oh, what, really?
Oh no, sorry.
Sorry.
Wait.
Yeah. No, you're a champion. You crit on 19s.
Yeah, because then
Oh yeah,
you have
that's true.
improved critical, so it's way better for you.
Oh yeah, that's also true. I can make that happen a lot more.
I think
Okay,
I
yeah,
said
it's good synergy.
sorry. I said brutal critical. I meant savage attacks.
Yeah. Brutal critical is like 9th level barbarian
barbarian,
thing,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
My barbarian is a human who's raised by orcs, so to me, whenever I look at the level up stuff, I'm always like, at level 9, he'll really feel closer to his parents.
Yeah, I guess with that and multiple attacks, I could probably get people down pretty good. And yeah, I guess we could just keep the helmet in our back pocket in case we ever need to be sneaky. Whatever.
What does the helmet do if you're wearing heavy armor
It's have to
again?
be attuned. But
When you are wearing heavy armor, you can once a day for 5 minutes. You basically just don't have disadvantage on stealth checks if you're wearing heavy.
Okay.
Armor. Because you cast silence just centered on your armor.
My stealth isn't really good enough, even with that.
yeah, mine's pretty bad too.
I mean, if we learn it's just the ruby,
If it's just
How
the
much?
ruby, then that might,
ditch the helmet,
yeah.
hair out.
Reforge the helmet, turn it into like an actual magical crown for Sebastian.
Yeah, make him even better. So, rest-wise, is it going to be Stevia first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go second.
I'll go third.
Okay, let's take our 5-minute break, and then we will come back.
Yeah.
So we will be back at 7:38. Ooh, baby, my favorite time. Let me go to break. Let me go to break. Hunter, are you still here? Yeah. I made the belt do Scorching Ray because I know it's your favorite spell. That's why Aviel did not take it. In character, he would have happily taken something magical that would keep him from getting turned into a pug, but
Yeah, and then you also had a bone.
ah. And we're back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Second World Saga. We are going to start off with you all. You picked out your rest order. Can you please make perception checks?
Stevia.
Yeah. 20.
Then it's me. 20. Then it's
Hey.
Soren.
Yeah.
Somebody
That
open
was
up.
Chris.
Somebody open up a Monster Energy to stay up. during-
Monday night. Woohoo.
Hell yeah.
It's Soren's turn to roll for perception.
Okay. Yeah, Soren cracks open a cold one.
Dang.
Can't let us
Full-
down, Sebastian.
Does that Jason Momoa gif where he folds out the lawn chair?
When he was the love interest of
Yeah.
one of the characters on the game. Sebastian?
Oh, okay. I got high before I went to sleep. Do I have to do this at disadvantage?
Yes, please.
Cool.
And Brian, also, do you remember when you were when you played a love interest for one of the characters on the game?
What's that now?
Nothing. I was just doing a joke.
No, it's on the Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
6.
6. All right.
20,
I am literally
23,
doing.
6.
I'm doing my watch, staring at this wall. I use my stone to cast color spray at this wall, and I'm just staring
Well,
at that.
so I did need to tell you. So everybody goes to sleep, and Sybil. So Soren, you sleep for your initial 6 hours very pleasantly, and then you have another 2 pleasant hours after your watch. Stevia, after your first 2 hours of your watch, where nothing happens, you go to sleep. Pleasant dreams. Nothing bad. You two probably don't even remember your dreams when you wake up, in all honesty. However, Sybil, when you wake up, you have this strange memory of suddenly finding yourself in a crystal of some type and shooting through a void filled with stars and finding yourself in a dwarven citadel. Traveling beneath the ground with Sebastian and a woman with tattoos on her face and striking hair named Althea. You also remember the dwarven scholar knight who you were a little rude to. But ultimately...
He was pretty dirty. I think he deserved it.
Yep, nothing like being earnest to make someone deserve to be bullied. But you ventured deep below the citadel.
Okay, I would like to say I did not turn myself into him and then make fun of him behind his back. I just did little hands.
I know.
2 people turned into him and made fun of him behind his back.
That's true. You were the nicest one of his bullies.
Hey, in the next game, can I play Ernest?
Yeah.
Okay.
And figure out what the importance of being you is.
Yeah, we're really just every version of Ernest.
But you.
Yeah, I'm Ernest Goes to Camp.
Stevia is the importance of being. Ernest, comma, the importance of being.
Sebastian is Ernest Goes to Jail.
I'm Ernest Scared Stupid.
Which, I mean, if that had come before Ernest Goes to Jail, he would have avoided it. Or no, that's Scared Straight. Fuck. But anyway, Sybil, you wake up and you remember all of it, and it feels suspiciously real. And when you look over to... Well, after your watch, you go to wake up Sebastian. And Sebastian, you had all the same memories, particularly bullying.
Is he cuddling the color spray stuff?
Yes. Sebastian, you wake up after remembering that you bullied a nice dwarf, but then you connected with him at the end. And you see in your hand, Sybil, you see in your brother's hand, the stone of color spray.
Whoa.
And it
Where'd I
is.
get this?
And you also remember the woman named Althea.
Well,
God, did you have that dream too?
yeah, I'm not sure if it was a dream exactly.
But I was sleeping. And now
Yeah,
it's...
but then how do you have the thing?
I don't know what you're talking about. What? It's in my hand. It had to be a dream, right? We were sleeping. And now it's tomorrow.
Uh, good night.
Oh, okay. Good chat. Let's stare at this wall again.
All right. And oh wait, Logan. Then Sybil actually says, "Never mind, Sebastian. It's not your watch," and wakes up Soren. And Soren has his watch. And then he wakes up Sebastian. Soren, your watch. There's no incident. Sebastian, during
Did
your...
you want to talk, Soren? No? Okay. It's my watch
I mean,
now.
if you all are all welcome to have you are welcome to
No.
initiate conversations at any time. Sebastian, at one point you think that you hear something, and you can see Abael a short distance from his sleeping bag, and you can see he has his dagger out, and it just looks like he is talking to himself.
Hey, dude.
As you approach,
Oh.
he is saying, "Of course, Commander, I'm..." Oh wait, hold on. "Of course, Commander, I'm happy to be back as well. Give anyone who remembers my name, please give them my love." And then he sees you approaching, and he rolls his knife down and sheaths it, and starts pretending to be singing. And you notice with the voice that you have heard him using before.
Everything okay, Abiel?
Oh, yes. Everything is fine. I was just reminiscing.
Are you doing a monologue?
No, well, I'll be honest. As a pug, didn't have anyone to speak to, so it was nice to have a few moments to speak with you all. But I'm not as used to it as I once was. I used to be very convincing. Now I'm... I've been used to having no one to speak to and only able to hold conversations in my own mind. So occasionally I think I was struck a few times after you all fixed me with the want to speak my thoughts aloud.
Okay. But you're okay, right?
Oh, yes.
Because I'm like cool with whatever, you know. But I mean, you see those three people behind us, right?
Yes.
I'm never gonna put you ahead of them. You understand that, right?
I wouldn't ask you to. They're family.
Okay. As long as you understand that, then you can do whatever you weird shit you want to do.
No, well, and I'll be honest, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Can you hold out your hand?
Yeah, I can. Which one? The dead hand, the
No,
invisible hand, or
living hand.
okay? I put out my hand. You want left or right?
Either or.
Okay,
And
I'll give you left.
as soon as you have your palm up, you notice the faintest trickle of, like, the red outline of a finger above it, and then you feel tracing in Thieves' Cant protection.
Okay, good.
I am an exceptional thief, Sebastian Eriksson. And though I have a few scores to settle back in Dossero, I doubt that I can ply any trade, but burglary. He gives you a smile.
Yeah, I feel the same way about myself.
So, you and your family have nothing to fear from me.
Okay,
Everyone else?
all my instincts say that is true, so I trust you.
Yeah, but when he says you have nothing to fear from me, he says, everyone else? And then he smiles and looks away.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm for that too, honestly. I look at my sister, make sure she's not awake.
Well, I mean, if you want, when we get to this next town, I haven't stolen anything in a while. You want to go?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
He does with his invisible mage hand. He does the forearm clasp with you.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, do you want
Fuck
to do
it,
that? Do you want to
dude.
do that with your mage hand?
Yeah, let's just high five with them. Let's just let it all out.
All right.
Freeze frame high five.
Dun, 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 dun. And it's morning
Yeah.
now. And you all are ready.
Power of love.
You all are ready to go out and do your thing. Do your thing. You ready to travel?
Wake up! And I shake Sybil.
Oh my god, why would you do that?
Never keep put on a little makeup.
I wanted to. Oh, we're so old, Zach.
Just lost. Well, Chief, what's the plan? Do we think we're gonna go back to the Thorns, or
No, we got to.
didn't they have another option for us?
We had to do the water thing.
Oh, yeah.
The water's polluted or something, and we also have to go and see that doctor or a scientist. And we also should escort Abiel to the town.
Yeah.
So what should we do first?
Well, the
so
water thing
sorry.
the water thing was connected to that scientist, which
Yeah.
was also the guy who was going to give me a new eye.
And we have a lot of gold to pay him if he asks.
I look at my bag. I'm like, I don't know about gold. It's empty. Deception check.
Can I immediately pass it? Like, I know he has that gold. I saw him put it in the bag.
Yeah, I think you didn't get. Let's say that the DC to deceive was a 29.
Get
you
that? No.
didn't get that.
Which is very easy for me to get, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's totally obtainable.
Let's see how long it takes.
Keep lying. 30.
Shit, right there.
No, so Sybil, you know that he's got it.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. So the town?
The
go.
town?
Abiel?
Um,
You into that town? What was the town called again?
Operon, it's a city.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm part of their book club, I think.
You all start to approach Operon. It is a large city. You can see from outside as you approach, from the so it looks like it's north on the map, but it is the west. It was the only way that this. I liked the look of the map, and I couldn't flip it. You are coming from this direction, and you can see that there is basically like a small city outside of the walls in each cardinal direction, around a circular walled city. And you are approaching. You can see as you are getting closer that periodically there are a few guards in like light gambesons with sort of tall spears and scimitars and hatchets, bows. Seems like it is very much a more rudimentary militia than you might have expected, except for every now and then you see like a well-armed guard who seems experienced. You think probably pretty likely that there are like people who have been allowed to volunteer for a generous amount of money to be a guard in the city now. And then what's stranger is as you get closer, as you are actually walking through the raven dens beyond the shade of the walls of Operon, you can see every few, like, not every few, you can see like every 40 yards there is a massive stone golem who is just standing, watching.
And y'all know polymorph.
And you are.
Have we ever seen anything like that before?
Golem? Make an Arcana check. You saw a much less advanced version of something like this. You saw a stone golem, but it did not look this human-like. And you see one of them move, and you can see that they move a lot faster than any that you're familiar with.
Do they look like iRobots?
No, they look like sort of lumpy statues. I mean, not
Okay.
lumpy. They look like bulky statues.
Okay.
And then looking at them, you can see there is like a little bit of clayish texture that hasn't been fully heated. So they look a little bit malleable.
And what direction is it that we're coming in?
You are coming from the west, which is the top of this map.
Okay. Into the Raven Dens. I like the sound of that. All right. Who's do we need to talk to the guards? Does it feel like there's like
No. So if you all want to just keep going, you can make it to the gate.
Yeah, I don't want
What are the Raven Dens like? Is this kind of slummy?
So for Ursumer, it's kind of like a slum, but even like not really. In Zeshan, you feel like it is the equivalent of a slum outside of the walls in Zeshan. But it seems like there is a little bit more space. It looks like the people are a little bit more well looked after. You actually see people wearing the colors of the Arm of Commerce, which are blue and like copper metal pieces, like worn as belts and bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
You can see periodically you will see a few people like bringing carts of food that they seem to just be letting people pick off of. Sebastian, you definitely notice a few things marked in Thieves' Cant.
Okay, I was about to ask that, yeah.
And there are a few people who look like they are carrying weapons that are more concealed that your all's adventurer eyes can make out.
Okay. Fun. Is there any like you said there's commerce like happening in the streets? Is there stands?
Yeah, there are stands and stuff. It seems like it's mostly food. Mostly food.
Food?
There are like leather working stuff, and you could get a sash with a bunch of pouches, like a Rob Liefeld character.
Hell yeah.
As we go down, I am gonna like at least get one thing from every food stall that like cooked food stall that we go past and eat.
Okay. Yeah, that will
No,
be that'll be 2 gold in total for the
Okay.
whole like mile-and-a-half walk through the Raven's Den.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I look for any pears.
You do see some pears.
Oh, I'm gonna get a whole bunch.
Pairs of what?
Are you gonna buy more pears?
Yeah, dude. These are a delicacy in some places. I buy 5 pears.
But the worst part of fruit salad.
Okay, you buy
Probably.
5 pears. That's like a silver. No, it's like 3 silver. Sorry.
I give them 6.
Ooh.
I'm flush.
All right. All right. Do you all choose to just go straight on through?
Yeah, I think to the other side.
All right. So you make it into the walled city of Operon. Let me take you to the interesting map. So there are a number of taller buildings, but you can see that most of the buildings here seem to be made out of sandstone with a little bit of, well, a generous amount of paint, and then there is some like blasted marble around. And it is a beautiful city. It seems like there is a purposeful geometry so that when you are coming in from the west, like certain buildings frame what you can tell are probably like the temples that are in various spots throughout the city. Like from the gate, you can see framed by other tall buildings between 2 or just past 3 that get slightly taller. You can see the temple to the arm of governance or the arm of war. Seems like most of the buildings, if they are painted, seem to be painted like a nice blue, which you all can make a religion check. Well, one of you or 2 of you can make a religion check.
Yeah.
23.
Okay, 23. Yeah, in Koshantrianism, blue is associated with the arm of war in times where the fate of warriors is uncertain. It has associations with each of the other arms, but its strongest association is with the arm of war.
Okay. I tell that to my party.
What's our goal here in town? We're just kind of shopping and going, or
We need to find that scientist. Sybil, do you remember his name?
Hassan Furnas.
Yeah, we need to find him.
I guess we could ask around then?
Yeah.
Hassan.
Yeah? There's
Oh, he's right here?
Oh
No, you just see a guy walking next to you with like he's leading one donkey who has a few like blankets draped over him. Yeah.
Hey, wow, are you a scientist?
No.
You're not Hassan Furnas, are you?
Oh no, the inventor. No, I'm not.
Do you know where we
but
could find the
you know
inventor?
him?
Oh, yes.
Could you tell us?
Sure, I could.
Do you want money?
No. Would you like me to tell you?
Yes, please.
Okay. And he smiles. And he turns and he points. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo.
He's a real Jordan Peterson type.
Oh no! He points sort of towards the.
I just saw him pop a pill.
He points sort of towards the middle of the town, and then he angles his hand a little bit to the north. And he says, he has a tower that shoots up in the middle. It's where he's allowed to store his inventions and work on them. I went by and he put a few axles on a cart for my brother-in-law. It was nice.
It's a high-level invention. How much for your donkey?
Well, nothing. I don't want to sell. He's my companion, and he helps me. He helps me with
20
my work.
gold.
Okay.
We don't need a donkey.
Sometimes you got to prove to people that money means more
Another
than
one.
anything else.
Have we had a donkey before?
I knew that was the other crew.
Maybe.
You all have.
Yeah.
You realize-
goats.
Oh yeah, we had goats. That's right.
I
You
don't want
realize you could just summon your soul bond, right?
Shh. Can't tell people about that.
What do you mean we can't tell people about that? It is common knowledge.
Yeah, I have soul bonds.
What? Abiel, do you have a soul bond?
Yes.
I really don't understand this world. All right, I'll
Sybil
sell you back.
explains
That's
what
a-
soul bond is
that's
to
a-
his.
Bad job on my part.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It is definitely Sebastian.
I think there's plenty of available literature at your disposal to to learn now.
I can't
Everyone
read.
has a soul bond. Yes, you can. You went to college.
Nope. I'm Jordan Catalano. I can't read.
He went to Jupiter. Get more stupid.
Whoa! I'll sell you back your donkey for 22 gold.
In the long run, you'll probably make more of that from the donkey, so it's a
Yeah.
good deal.
Did he just leave?
He took that 20 gold and split it.
Come on!
Man.
Come back!
Left-
He even took the
left
donkey
big
with him.
city.
No, he didn't take your money. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hunt you down, Hassan. Okay, let's go to the tower.
Yeah.
Soren, did you want to ask Hassan anything?
No.
Okay.
I don't need a donkey.
But do you want a donkey?
No.
In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a donkey is 13th. All right, we go to the tower.
Yep.
Okay. So you all start heading that way. As you draw closer, you begin to notice there are pretty broadly there are a lot of people sort of gathered around the tower. As you draw closer to it, the tower doesn't seem very wide, but it does seem very tall. As you have grown closer to it. But you can see that
Boy, somebody's compensating for some.
somebody's compensating for putting more people on the map before he puts you all there. And I literally forget it every session. I have all my maps ready, but I don't have people on them.
Is there like an alley I can duck into while we're walking, just for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna get into a place where I don't think anyone's watching me, and I'm gonna cast Disguise Self, and just make myself look pretty much the same, but without Thorns markings or anything like that, or visible weapons, things like that.
Okay.
You have 2 eyes?
What's that now?
You're going to have 2 eyes?
6.
Where are the other 4?
They're all suns on my stomach, going around my belly button, and Sublime is written under it.
It's honestly very horrifying.
Yeah, wearing a shirt feels awful.
We learned that.
But
Did you ever put your shirt back on?
I'm never wearing clothes again, except for border shorts.
You all approach, and you can see there are a lot of people standing around and sort of like talking in hushed whispers. They are all looking up at the tower.
Why's everybody being so quiet?
We don't want to spook him.
I look up, I guess.
Yep, and you can see there is a man in what looks like this red, like, thin robe over what look like almost like they look kind of like monk robes, but a little more like free to move in them. And he has his head covered, and he looks like he's got his back, and it looks like he's sort of hunched over, but he is standing like right on the edge. He said he was going to jump. His brother is going to talk him out of it, but we don't know if it'll work.
Is that Hassan Fernaz?
It is. And
Civil. What?
Sorry, I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say what happened next.
No, go ahead.
You see the man on top turn around, and then he steps back away from the roof, and this wave of calm washes over everyone. And then you see him run and leap off, sort of, but it seems like he's trying to go for distance when he leaps, and he starts to hurtle down towards you. And people are covering their eyes, and then...
I'm trying to catch him.
Civil bonus action turns into a bat form of herself using her spiritual form, and then she tries to fly up.
Okay. What's your speed for that?
15 feet flying. You gain 15 feet of flying speed.
Okay. That's not going to
Okay,
be
fast.
fast enough to reach him before he throws his arms out, and you see that he has strapped onto his back a contraption that is covered in feathers, and he starts to glide just a little bit. And then you see he starts to rock his shoulders back and forth and then flap his arms, and he starts to just slightly gain way, and then he sees you flying towards him, and shock crosses his eyes, and he stops flapping his wings,
No,
and then he
it's so
falls
worried.
about 20 feet. And you can hear him go, "Oh! Oh! Oh!" as he lands on one of his legs, and you hear it snap, and people start to rush to him.
Okay, I would just like to say that is not my fault.
A bat creature! A few people run away.
I dispel the spirit thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like force my way through and do healing word.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've got to find a way to land. Hey! Anybody see a bat?
I haven't seen any sort of club or anything.
Anybody see an attractive bat? Saw a good look. All right, well, sorry about that, folks. I know you were all...
I cast thaumaturgy, and there's a bat scream in the distance.
Bat creature! And 2 more people run away.
Quick question: were you intrigued by the bat or horrified by the bat?
Oh, I was intrigued. I'm trying to... I had like a cool inventor voice for this guy. Worked out before the session, but now I don't have it. I was intrigued.
We can find it.
Let's
take the time to find it.
It's Doc Brown.
No, he's meant to sound like he's kind of like from the 20s. I was intrigued. There we go.
Like,
I was intrigued.
Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Dr. Fraser Crane. I was intrigued.
Okay.
Where's his brother Niles? Is he in the house?
He does have a brother. He looks around at everybody and he says, "Sorry, everyone. I know that you were very intrigued at the concept of my falling to my death, but looks like the wings work." And he throws out his hands so that everybody can see the feathers, and a bunch of the feathers like kind of fall off. I'll find an agent. I'll find an agent that will stick it to it. Thank you, sir. And the crowd slowly begins to disperse, just awestruck by what they had seen. A man flying for a few moments. What is your name, gentleman who showed up and was able to...
I'm Soren.
I'm gonna get a little more 20s. Well, I can't thank you enough. Would you like a bit of tea?
Well, I'd love some. My friends and I were actually here to speak with you briefly, if you have the time.
Oh, marvelous. Well, come on in. And he turns and he takes a lever that is next to his door, and both he has like double doors. And they slide into his wall. Come on.
Double doors.
And when you enter, you can see that there is just stuff like scattered across the ground, but none of it is like it is like unorganized, but it seems almost organized. Like almost every book or scroll or sheet of paper that he has on the ground is accompanied by other stuff. Like someone was like laying down to study it and write and do stuff with it. And he comes in and he starts taking off the red outer robe so that he can start to take off the robe that you see as a part of the contraption that was on his back. My name's Hassan Fernos, by the way. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hi, I'm Sebastian.
Pleasure.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you, Sebastian.
I'm Sybil.
I'm Abiel. Your voice changed because I already had this voice. Ah, well, good to know, Sybil. Sebastian, what was your name, miss?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Stevia. I'll like grab his hand, whether it's outstretched or not, and like shake it a little violently.
Oh! As you shake him up and down. Marvelous. Man could write a poem about that grip.
Oh, please do.
Very well. I'll start to compose something now. And he takes out a sheet of paper and he sits down and licks his
I look forward to hearing
quill
it.
and dips it in.
I'll wait.
I put your hand upon my grip, and you grip, I grip, we grip. It's a hit.
It's still too old, man. We're still too old.
97. Ah,
Okay.
hey, so I was sent here to ask for your help.
Oh, yeah. How can I help you? And he is intently working on his poem.
My
Go ahead.
my brother lost an eye to a dragon, and we had heard that you could perhaps craft him a replacement.
He looks up from his poem at you, Sybil, when you say that, and then he looks over at you, Sebastian. You notice he looks at your eye socket. Then he goes to the corner of the parchment that he is writing his poem on, and you see him. He draws this circle, and it's like a little bit squiggly, and he scratches it out, and then he draws a perfect circle. And then you see he puts like 5 numbers on one side of it, and then he draws a line and puts another number next to it. And he says, I'd be happy to try. Might need a little bit of material. 1 second. And then he goes back to writing his poem.
No problem.
All right. So, and he lifts his parchment and he turns to Stevia. A grip to find is always kind. A new companion, just a stranger behind. Huh?
Good.
Oh yeah, that's the whole poem.
I write short verse. My brother, he writes longer stuff. I dabble in the longer stuff, but I prefer.
Oh no, I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. That was amazing. Thank you very much.
So what business about a dragon and an eye? How'd you lose your eye to a dragon? I figured you would lose more than that. Gets to big old.
WoW was killing it. It shot ice into my brain.
Oh. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I think that's in order. Did you? Did it hurt? I mean, can you see out of your other eye? Was there an infection?
No, I can see.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so.
I met a lady in the town that we were in. Cheeser can.
Keys are canned, yeah.
No, cheesy can.
Keys
and
canned, correct, yeah.
Cheese is bland.
Don't try to correct him this time.
So
Keys are canned.
I take up
He
the.
says it very quietly.
I take out my crossbow, and I'll show him the scope that was made.
Oh.
And a woman in Kizakan made that, and she told me to come find you.
Well, that's not happening.
Did I leave the plans with her? Did she has to keep those?
No, you kept the plans.
Okay, so I'll show him the plans as well.
Sorry, hold on. My dogs are upset. And he walks over to a door and he opens it up and he says, "Hey, I love you." And he closes the door and they stop barking. Oh. Sorry.
Wait, who's moving me?
I moved you because I accidentally hit Hassan behind you.
Getting very intimate.
So I don't know. She told me to come here and ask for your help.
Oh, I'd be more than willing. You do have the plans, by the way. I'd be more than willing. This sounds like quite an effort. I can imagine why she would bring me in. I happen to be the inventor of, and he really dramatically, like he turns and he smiles at each of you, and then he opens a drawer, and you hear just like click clack click clack click clack in the drawer once it stops once he's opened it, and he reaches in, and then he just slams what looks like a glass like pebble onto the desk, on top of the parchment.
What's that?
Hey, wow.
Come here, take a look.
Okay.
And you look down and you can see that the glass is on top of like a blank space on the parchment. And he then takes the quill and he takes just the tiniest bit of ink, and you see he gets down really close and he scribbles something, and then he takes the glass stone and he slides it on top of the scribble, and you can say, and it says, "This is quite keen, isn't it?" And it's in tiny script, but it is now big enough for you to read.
Wow. That's amazing.
It made it bigger.
That's right. It's about bending light
Can you
in front of
see-
your eyes.
Can you see your bones with that?
My bones?
Can you see your bones with that?
Yeah, if you put it up to your skin, can you see your bones?
I haven't done that. All right. Hold on. And he takes out a sheet of paper, and you can see it is labeled with, like, he opens up a sheave of paper that is also on the desk, and you can see it is filled with just these pieces of parchment that he has already written each of these stages of the scientific method onto each of them. And he takes out one of them, and he writes down, "Hypothesis. You can see your bones with one of my seeing stones." And he says, "I'll get back to that later. About this eye."
Yeah.
I did science.
So the stones magnify your vision.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's similar to the design that was used for your crossbow scope. Do you have the plans for it? Did you make
Yes,
the plans? Or?
No, I found them
Oh.
in a library that
Oh.
was going out of business, so they were giving the books away.
Oh, don't you just hate that?
I loved it because I got this.
Oh, well, that's true. Most of this furniture, and you look around and you can see that all of his furniture is like half broken. Most of this I got from places that were just about to throw it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like shopping at the Goodwill too.
I sleep on an old fainting sofa upstairs. And he looks over the design and he says, "It's a little rudimentary, but it's not too different from a seeing stone. I wonder if
Soren be able to see people's bones? Sorry.
no.
Trick.
I think I could, with a bit of ivory, I could fasten you an eyeball, and it would be a bit painful, but I've studied the human body. I think I might be able to. I think I could do it. I think I could make you a new eye.
Cool. I like pain. I mean, I don't like it, but you know what I mean.
Well, in the pursuit of, and he lifts his leg, which is still, you can see like it's a little wobbly when he does it. In the pursuit of knowledge, it's worth it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
No, it isn't.
What's that?
No, it isn't. And you all turn, and you can see there is a man who looks like a slightly shorter, slightly thinner version of Hassan Furnas. He's a little younger. His hair is a little bit lighter and a little less curly and a little bit more like wavy. And he has a thicker beard that is not like patterned in the way that Hassan's is. You shouldn't have done that. I'm not going to listen to you. You shouldn't have jumped. It was dangerous. Well, someone had to jump out, and if it hadn't been me, it could have been somebody else. And if they had died, do you know what would have happened? I know what would have happened. I would have been arrested, is what would have happened. And that's not good. Who's gonna pay for you to sit here and write your poems if I'm arrested? I still have my money, so I want you to know if I got arrested. And he gets up and he walks over to his brother. I want you to know if I got arrested. And he takes his hand. I would still pay for you to live here. Okay. All right. And he goes back to his seat.
Nope.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, you have to respect a man that would hurt himself over others for science, right? What's your name, sir?
My name is Stahim.
I mean, you have to respect that, right, Steam?
I mean, do you have a brother?
I wave.
Yes, I do. I do.
Oh, I saw
I'm not
the
saying no.
I saw the resemblance, but I didn't want to assume. Would you want him to hurt himself willingly? Put himself.
I don't think anything can hurt him.
Well, I've seen Hassan.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
Good. He looks at you, Soren, and he his face reads hey, genuinely, good on you. It's kind of his expression, but he says, good for you. I've seen Hassan break almost every bone in his body. And Hassan, looking down at where he is writing the thesis to his "Can you see your skeleton?" with his stone, he says, "I haven't broken all of them. I'd like to try."
Have you broken any bones?
Just my heart. Oh, shut up, you twit! Says Hassan.
It ain't a bone.
I've broken.
Not a bone.
I've broken my heart. We've all broken our heart. Get over her.
How many
She's
pieces
married.
did you break it into?
He says, "She's shattered at beyond repair." I'm gonna write a letter to Mother, and she's gonna. You're very annoying today, Steve.
I once broke my heart
You right?
into 2 pieces, but to be fair, it was my last resort.
Were you suffocating?
No breathing.
No breathing. I don't think.
All right, let's do it. Cut my eye out.
Oh,
You want to take the other eye?
no. I need to be able to look at it so that I can make sure that this works. Do you mind if I run out to the market? I could pick up the ivory and the pewter.
Oh,
Do you
quick.
need the money for it?
Yes. I have a small stipend from a few folk, but that's barely enough to make sure that my inventions are working.
Sybil's going to reach into the satchel that the bag of holding that Sebastian is wearing and grab out 100 gold and say, 100 work?
Yes. All right. Well, I'll go and
She's just going to take the 100 pieces and sort of put it on the table.
Sybil, you know it's a federal crime for you to go through people's mail like that, right?
Brian. You see Hassan
That's
sort of
couriers too.
Hassan scoops it into his tunic and then is holding the tunic at the edge so that he's created a little pouch. The way that I carry all of my seltzer cans out to the recycling.
I hope you're wearing Crocs while you do it. That just really completes the image.
I will never wear Crocs. And he gets up and he says, "Right, well, in an hour I will perform surgery. Stahim, do you mind making them tea? Nothing that'll make one sleepy for our friend. Hold on. Nothing that'll make our friend sleepy for. Nothing that'll make you sleepy for our friend Sebastian.
Yeah. English breakfast for me, please.
I don't know enough about tea to say anything about that. Also, it would be it would be Abelden breakfast in this world." And he jogs away.
I'll take Orange Pico.
Hey, do you want to hear one of the poems I wrote about the woman who broke my heart?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I miss you.
Not really.
I miss you. I miss you. That's all I know of the.
Oh, tell me the part about the spiders. Tell me the spider
Miss
part.
you.
Abael
Maybe-
comes over and looks over his shoulder and goes, "There are spiders!"
If you slur your words a little bit more, I think it might be a bit catchier.
I miss you. I miss you. There are spiders.
Where are you?
I'm so sorry.
I can't.
Can't sleep, can't drink tonight.
Oh no, we've been claimed. We've been struck. I'll make you all tea.
But he has written the entirety of that song as his poem.
Yeah, I don't know the words to it.
Where are you?
And
Don't
I'm
waste
so
your time on me. I know them all.
I'm already.
I'm already. Voice
The voice is so annoying.
Yeah.
Rock Band will
I need
actually
to-
get
I need
mad
to
at
see
you if
this.
you
Look
don't
like
slur
this.
your words.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Whitmer Thomas had done stand up about any of those songs, I would have been able to sing along, but
All right.
he comes
Man, this
back
tea's
down.
good. This tea's good. I'm feeling it.
He comes back down with a tray of tea. There's so you see they are in like painted mugs. And you can see how many of you are there? There are 5 guests and him. So you can see that 4 of them are like these really beautifully painted like landscapes that curve around the mugs, and they seem to be like pottery. And then 2 of them are these really bad paintings. Like one of them, it is clearly meant to be some type of big cat's like face, but it looks really splotchy and bad. And then the other one is 2 guys in Ursumer clothes, but they're basically stick figures. And then beneath it, one of them says Hassan and one of them says Stahim.
Oh, brother mugs.
Who made that mug for who?
Hassan is the bad painter. he made the brother mug, and Stahim is drinking out of that one when he gives you all
Good.
the mugs. But he gives you all your mugs. Sebastian, you get the one with the big cat.
Oh, God. I like it.
And your tea is like, it seems to have like ginger is the flavor. The rest of you, he actually seems like he's a discerning customer because Soren, you have a like sweet, you have chai.
Yeah. I was gonna ask for chai.
And then Sybil,
Do you look up teas?
I know that.
No,
know
I
what
drink
chai
I
is.
drink chai tea.
No.
I know.
I'm
Soren,
asking
me.
Benjamin.
No, I know that like chai is the only kind of tea that sounds appealing to me, outside of sweet tea.
They're all good.
I had enough time.
Well,
I
like
had
actual tea, herbal teas can kiss my ass for the
I-
most part. Some of them are okay. But
I had enough time in England of politely accepting offers of tea. I don't need to have water that's been ruined. I put some dirt in hot water. Ugh.
Ted, how do you take your tea?
Usually back to the counter because it's kind of a horrible mistake. You all have your tea, and Abael is kind of just reading some of the stuff that's on the ground.
thanks for the dirt water.
That's how I feel about it, but I'm aware that tons of people love tea, and so I have to occasionally write people who love tea.
Or you know what Sybil's gonna do? Sybil's just gonna she's kind of slumped over in a chair, and then when he stops and he's like finished the poem, she's gonna pop up and say, "Can I read you something?"
Oh, yeah.
And she's going to begin reciting "Meet the man who chopped 1,000 trees down with his golden axe" to him.
Oh,
Not sing it. Just straight up say it.
So it was Abael reading poems that he found around.
Oh, it's Abael.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
No, but Stahim is perfectly willing to listen to your art. And when you're done, he says, "Do you mind? I think it's very good. I think it would work a little bit better as a song than as a poem." I hope you don't take offense. I didn't mean.
Sybil whips out her flute.
If you play it, he nods his head back and forth, and in a super deep voice, he's like, "Meet the man who chopped 1,000 trees down with his golden axe." And he does it all perfectly from memory, from you reciting it. He does all of the lyrics. Abail is taken, and he goes, "That song is familiar to me."
You might have heard it as a dog.
Yeah, before I was adopted by the little girl in the caravan. I heard that. Ah. Is that a popular tune? Has that taken up?
I wrote it.
Well, it seemed to get those people up in a frenzy. That's when I got lost.
It's about this guy right here. He had a golden axe. He chopped down 1,000 trees.
Well, congratulations on your feat of tree chopping, Sebastian.
I'm a legend.
With a golden axe too, that's hard. It's a soft metal, you know.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I need to
keep
write a new
sharpening it.
ballad for you. Because you did kill a dragon.
Ah,
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's what he's known for more than anything. This is his greatest accomplishment.
well, I'm back. And you see he is back, and he has a pouch in one hand, and in the other hand he has a half-eaten bit of, like, sweet bread. All right.
What you got there? Sweetbread?
Yes, cinnamon.
Yum.
Would you like some?
Oh, have a nibble.
All right. And he hands it
I'd
over
take a little.
to you, and he says, "Please tear it off. Tear it off. Tear it off. This is how I talk. Hey, toots."
Dick Tracy villain. Okay. Oh.
Hey,
A real choo-choo Charlie.
let me fix you. Oh no, he can't start talking like Dennis Miller.
Hey, babe. You gotta start saying babe.
I'm gonna fix your eye, babe. Okay.
Oh, I hate this. You can never mind. I'm out. I don't need an eye. Take my ears.
I think it's probably very apparent that I haven't gotten to DM in slightly longer than usual, and so I'm very
Oh, this is great. We love it.
All right. So you can each tear off a piece of the sweet cinnamon bread. There are it could be evenly divided.
I'm gonna have to say,
into 6 pieces.
when it gets around to me, I'm probably gonna eat it all.
All right. So Sebastian gets a piece. Soren, do you take a piece?
I take a piece.
All right. What am I saying? The only characters who have anything to do with food are Zakar, Stevia, and Soren, and I know that Soren has a sweet tooth. Well, oh wait, Sebastian's vegan, so there are 4 people who have things that I know about their dietary taste. And then Stevia just goes,
Well, it only drinks pure water.
"That's true." Never mind, straight edge. Sybil, you see Stevia take it, and before you can hold your hand out to take a piece, she has eaten it.
Yeah, I kind of do it without realizing that that's what I've done, and then seeing your hand out, I'll like kind of shrug apologetically.
Sybil's face looks heartbroken.
I had I had noticed the chain that it was going in, and I only ate half of mine, and I'm gonna mage hand my half over to her.
Right. I will be right back down. Do you want to mind? And he steps out and he says, "Do you want to mind moving off of this carpet?"
No. Yes, sir.
And he goes up, and after about a minute, you hear, "It's about to come down!" And the ceiling above you opens up, just sort of slides, and then you can see that there is a platform lowering just in the outline of this carpet. And he goes, "Shit! Get the poem in the middle. Steam! And Steam runs out and picks up a piece of paper and moves on. And then you see he lowers down next to a, like, tall cot. And then there is a small table fastened to this platform. And you can see that it is carved so that there is a opening around the shape of the spiral staircase. And it lowers down on these. It lowers on these big chains, and when you look up, you can see that this is like a 4-story tower, and the chains go through the rest of the floors by the looks of it. So it's likely that he has this trapdoor sliding platform going through.
So it's like a huge dumbwaiter.
Basically, yeah. All right, Mr. Sebastian, if you don't mind coming and sitting on this. Would you like to be unconscious or conscious?
Conscious, please.
Okay. And he looks between everybody in the room, his very thin brother, the very thin half-elf, and Sybil, and then he goes, you two, and he points at Stevie and Soren. I'm hoping that it doesn't come into play, but just in case, would you all mind holding your friend down?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Sebastian, I'm going to have to cut an eye in your eye, a hole in your eye socket.
Okay.
So, because of that, I was wondering, do you imbibe spirits?
What kind of spirits you got?
Well, my brother and I, our faith forbids drinking. So, I don't have anything for drinking. I have disinfectant, and I'm going to be using some of that on your face. But I thought it is quite potent. I thought you might like to drink it.
No, Sybil's just like doing like a no hand gesture.
Nah, I'm not really into that, and I'm gonna take out 2 of the orchids that are in my bag, and I'm just gonna eat them. I'm good. I'm good.
He watches you eat them, and then he just goes, fascinating. And then he just shoves you down onto the bed and brings a strap over your chest.
And as I'm eating the orchids and being pushed down, I'm just going to be like, try to make the pupils smaller than they are at this very moment.
Okay.
I have a question. Like, what instrument does Soren have again?
Soren has a lyre.
Okay. Do you mind if Sybil borrows it?
Yeah.
Cool. Sybil's gonna borrow Soren's lyre, and she's gonna start playing old lullaby music that their mom, Abriella, used to sing for them.
You can also borrow my acoustic guitar of Wonderwall if you want.
I'm good.
When then you feel a moving pain, know that it is a mother's rain that falls on soil ever to toil, to grow beneath a fire's boil. But you will rise as if the spring, ever with many songs to sing, says Stahid. That one was good. I liked that one. And then Hassan takes a scalpel next to him, and with bardic inspiration from his brother, is going to make the first incision. And you are, luckily...
It's like Aaron Sorkin writing a speech.
Oh no, how dare you.
Sorry.
How dare you.
It's an Aaron Sorkin speech in an Aaron Sorkin show, and everyone telling him how good it was inside the show.
All right, let's all walk around the room and talk.
You lose 3 levels.
Okay, that's worth it.
Alright, so over 10 minutes, Sebastian, you take a total of 15 damage.
Child's play.
I thought first, do you want to half it?
Is it piercing damage?
Uncanny
Yes, I
dodge.
Pretty good.
Oh no, you've ruined the surgery. I cut your medulla oblongata.
94. Got it. I took the damage.
All right. And then he continues to work. You all can see, like, Sebastian has a good amount of blood on his face. Hassan starts to... He takes that alcohol and he gets it onto his rag. Sebastian, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
All right.
11.
You are taking it. You are gritting your teeth and letting out exhalations of pain, but you are still conscious.
As I'm performing these lullabies, can I be giving him at least one bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And he continues to work. You all notice. I'm not going to describe this because I feel like this is probably super gross. But basically, he. Never mind. I'm just going to say that he has the opening and the elements of the eye that actually allow you to see past that aren't the eyeball are in play. And you see that on his walk here, he seemed to have carved something into this pearl that he has. Or his ivory, I think I said. And you see that he has set a pewter pupil into it, and then you watch as he takes a seeing stone, one of his invention, and puts it in, but you notice that this seeing stone seems special. It's different from all the ones that are in that still open drawer. He slides it in, and then he says, all right. And you will take 23 points of damage.
Okay.
And
So,
then he tells you, please hold your eyes closed.
I do it.
All right. Now, open your good eye.
Okay.
Now, the other.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
And Sebastian, once again, you see.
And it's
Can you
like,
see my bones?
Can you?
yes,
You can!
see your bones.
Well, all right. We'll need controls, but that's good to know. Tell me, Sebastian, how many fingers am I holding up? And he holds his hands far away from you, but still standing right next to you. Make a perception check. The DC to see how many fingers he has up is 3. All right. So you see that he has 3 fingers up. And he says, very well. Now. And he goes
I
over.
say 4.
Shit.
There are 4 fingers.
Fuck. And he goes over behind his stairwell, and he holds out his hand for a second. He says, how many now? And he holds it out for a second again, but then flashes it back in. And he keeps doing that. Can you make a perception check?
9.
Okay.
Plus a D8.
Oh, it's a D10 now.
It's a D10 now. 16.
Okay. You still can't quite make out what they are.
Mm.
Try pressing. You lost your right eye. Try pressing your right temple.
Oh, like Magneto? Okay, I do it.
When you do,
Cyclops rules.
when you do, you see as he moves his hand, he is holding 4 fingers up, and part of why you can see that is you can see slightly.
Further.
No, you can see like thermal a little bit.
What?
You can see his bones.
See their bones.
You
You can
now-
see his bones.
you now ignore. So yes, you can see further. You will do your DC for perception checks is a little bit lower if it's something to do with sights. You can see further, and when you choose to do it, you can see. You can basically ignore cover.
Wall hacks.
And he is holding out 4 fingers. And so you can see that. Bone sight. Well,
Wow, this is amazing. Thank you.
no problem. I think I might be able to improve it even further, but it'll take some time, and I'll need other things to use.
What do you need?
That's not my voice. This is my voice. I don't know. There's talk of a meteor falling somewhere up north, a ways outside of the city. What I could do with that, I don't know.
Do you want us to go get a meteor for you?
I would, Sebastian. Nothing would delight me more.
Done. Sold.
You have to fight a white-haired man with a real long sword to stop it.
Yeah.
Talk about Elric of Anibide? What are you talking? What are you talking about?
It's Sephiroth.
Oh, Sephiroth. No.
Look, well, I guess they're about the same amount of emo. I was gonna say it's not quite emo enough to be Elric.
Stormbringer's not that long. Just a normal sword. Well, I do hope you all will come back.
Yeah.
I've got.
We got to cast Holy. We got to cast Holy to stop the meteor. He wouldn't know. He hasn't read the book.
Summon a character whose name will never be said by the dungeon master, even because he exists in normal D&D. Good idea. Well.
I give him another 200 gold
Oh no.
to fund experiments and things like that.
Oh well, okay. He takes it.
You go with that?
Yeah, I'm more than happy. I
We
have an idea. Tail feathers. What if I could land like a bird does?
You think the tail feather? Oh, and I'll poof out my raven, and like let him watch it fly around and land and dance around. Also, tail feathers will make you dance.
Really?
They shake your tail feathers.
Tail feathers will make you dance. Tail feathers will make you dance.
I'm a very poor dancer, so I'd love an improvement. Well,
We did have I did have to ask you another question. I need a favor of you, maybe.
all right.
Or maybe Sybil would be better to explain this one, or Soren. But there was some issues with the flow of water outside of town.
Oh no! Did something happen to my machine?
Well, what is your machine?
It's well, it's a cleanser. It filters out
Purifier.
it filters out silt and waste from the river.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soren,
Is there any chance it could be clogged or anything?
Well, you said that there's an issue with the water. I've kept the water and all of our sources of irrigation from it. I've been working to make sure that it's as clean as possible. If there's an issue, that means that one of my machines must not be working, or I might have miscalculated. And
All I have in my notes is that it has an irrigation problem.
so your characters would remember that there is a grotto downstream that is not. There's a type of mineral that used to be carried by the water to the fish in the grotto that is no longer being taken there. And the fish are dying out, it seems. And this is the only space in the world where these fish exist.
It seems like one of your machines may be upsetting the natural balance of things a little bit. It's maybe too good at its job. Filtering out a mineral these fish need to live, that they're the only ones around that we know of.
Oh. And are these fish... Could they be moved, maybe? Do you think?
Possibly. I don't know. Do you think it would be possible to reroute what's being filtered downstream so that once it's clear of the actual city, all of the minerals, all of the silt in the water can just be reprocessed back into the river at a point outside of the city?
Perhaps you can move it downstream of the grotto.
I could give it a shot, but the system we've set up takes water to all of Ursumer. This is gonna make it difficult to... I can think about it. I can try to think of a way to fix it. Do you know how many fish are still there? How long they could make it? Because if we could just keep water flowing into the cities during the war.
Do we know that?
Is there a way to maybe divide the river so that we can keep an ecosystem on one side and this purification system on the other?
Well, if the mineral is, if it's the mineral's being fed, it's got to be coming from a source upstream. So maybe if we could find the source, we can move enough of it directly to the fish. I don't know.
That seems like magic. Well, doesn't seem like magic.
So that was out of character, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to think it through of the ecological situation in play here. If it's a mineral, it would have to be some sort of like tangible, like stone or metal or mineral. I don't know if we can move enough of it to sustain an ecosystem of fish, though.
Yeah.
I like researching animals. I enjoy them. I don't want to be the cause of their death, but
No, we don't think that was what your intention was at all.
Unforeseen side effect.
Yeah.
I could, I don't know. Maybe we could divert the river, but that... Council already took everything, took every favor that I had just to get them to let me set up the first station. I think changing something that could give me... If they knew it was me, they would...
How did they do things before your machines?
There were a few... when the water was brought beneath the cities, we have sewers, and we've had them for some time, but it did clean them. It just... I've found a way, I think, to clean it often enough that you can drink from nearly every point of the river. And I also, while I was doing it, I diverted water flow to a few villages who haven't had any irrigation projects since, last time that something was done of this magnitude. That they had no issue with, of course, but for fish in times of war, I don't know if...
Is it strong enough to filter out the flavor of a bunch of dead fish?
Probably not.
I mean, I understand that wartime, not everything's going to be the most ideal, but I'd say a city population drinking dead fish water for an extended period of time is bound to have an impact on morale.
I think that you're right. I'd love there to be a solution, but if the choice is the fish or my country, I will choose people. I just don't want to. I would rather we not go there first. I would rather we try to find a way to solve it so that the fish can live. And
Do we know what mineral it is?
You all do not know. Phoebe was unfortunately vague on that point.
If we find out what mineral it is, maybe we could try to use our knowledge in the city. Maybe try to find somewhere nearby that has a similar amount of that mineral.
The city's made of sandstone, right? Mostly. I mean, that does nothing. I don't know anything about the properties of sandstone other than it's kind of weak.
I take out the book of the fish people. Are there answers in it?
No.
Damn it. When will this book come up?
Do we know what point in the river where these fish live?
Yes. They are 7 miles past due east along the river.
And where's the, how many filters has it passed through at that point?
By that point, from the city, there will have been just one. Like, you will pass if you traveled, by the river next to it.
I mean, from the outside in, because if it's flowing
It flows
downstream,
to the
it would be...
Or it flows to the ocean. It's a fantasy river, and I don't understand anything about how the natural world
Yeah,
works.
sorry, it's
Nope.
I'm probably getting too specific.
Nope. Every time I look at my map, I think, there's got to be 18 things wrong with you, huh? But it flows to the ocean, which I do believe the Nile does. So that's...
Oh, every river does.
Oh, okay,
eventually.
cool. Hell yeah.
Nailed it, man.
But I guess my question is how many filters past the natural state does it pass through before it reaches these fish?
Okay,
this fish area?
Gotcha. There will be... Hassan just pulls out the map, and you can see that there are a total of these 9 stations. And the stations, he explains that they are built so that there is essentially a... there is next to each of the actual filter points, there is a intentionally left empty spot with gates. That's basically like a canal. So that part is flooded. A ship is able to pass through that part and go around the filter station. And then the doors are shut, the water dries out, goes into the ground, and basically, so every time a ship goes through, a little bit of less clean water goes with it, but it'll be cleaned out at the next station. That's kind of the idea. So there are 9 stations. The station before the grotto is the 6th.
Okay, so it gets filtered. Essentially, gets filtered 3 times, or 2 times before it reaches the fish, or 3 times. Sorry. I don't know if this even matters ultimately, but I want to know how many degrees away from just regular full-on river water, unfiltered,
6.
are these fish?
6.
They're 6 degrees away. Okay.
So there are a total of 9 stations between source of the river and the ocean.
Uh-huh.
The one that is to the east of Operon before you get to the grotto, that's number 6.
Okay. So it's pretty filtered out by that point. It would take a lot to get like pure, unfiltered water to them.
Can we find out from the boss lady what stone we're looking for? Do we have a way to communicate with her?
I believe that you do. I thought that you got an item that lets you do that. If you don't, maybe you did.
I don't remember getting something like that.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that in my notes.
Well, I'll decide before our next session that maybe you did.
Can we? Would it make sense to ask Asnala if she knows?
I mean, I'd make say a prayer and see if she's got time. I don't know how connected she is with things in this part of the world, though.
That's true.
I mean, she is a goddess of rebirth, so maybe she could help us with coming up with ideas for the fish.
Dear Asnala, it's me, Stevia. Are you free to talk right now?
Yeah.
Well, me and the rest of Thorns got a bit of an issue. You're on speaker, by the way, just to let you know. Trying to figure out a way to save these fish
She's
without. Hello?
Yeah. Okay. Have you thought about? Could they? Can't you just move the water so that wherever there is this stuff that they need, it can pass around the filters and get to them?
Well, I mean, I think didn't we suggested that, didn't we?
Isn't that irrigation? You suggested that, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that was one of the things that we talked about. But thank you for your help, though. Your friend Stevia.
Oh, okay. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Did you just call our god baby?
Oh, what?
Are y'all dating?
I mean, it felt right. No, we're not dating. It's just we're like family.
I guess she does like appear younger than both of us.
Well, so we got diverting the river, and then I kind of just like put my hand so Hassan can't see it. Like we got busting through 6 filters, and we got potentially figuring out what this mineral is and trying to introduce it directly into the environment.
I'm thinking making a new body of water might be our best choice.
Yeah.
You're gonna build an aquarium?
Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do.
I think it sounds cool.
An aquarium? I would have a place for all the seeing stones I messed up with and made blue.
What's that about making it blue?
A lot of my seeing stones I accidentally made blue, and I just thought they would look nice in the bottom of an aquarium.
Yeah, you know what else would look cool? A guy in like a diving suit, and like the wires going up, but there's
like a fake ship.
Yeah,
like a wreck.
Or
Maybe like a treasure chest that opens
Yeah.
with a bubble every now and again.
Yeah. Why is the treasure chest breathing?
Could
You
be a
put
mimic.
real gold in it, but you don't tell everyone. You make them think it's fake gold.
These are all wonderful ideas. Do you all want to call the session there? Had you all
I think we got another hour of this.
had you all designing the aquarium from Finding Nemo? All right. Well, we will be back next week with the adventures of Team 1 in a city in Ursumer. What city is that? Oh, it's Operon.
Like that's where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. What part? Wait, were you in the
Operon with
Raven's
a
Nest
P?
too?
No, you all came through the southern gate.
Ah.
You all just don't recall that because I was like, "Here's the southern gate," and you all said, "We're done." No. We bypassed your golem fight, and now.
I made the connection through the golems. I was like, oh, that's the same city.
But you all have, you're in the same city. So we'll be back with Team 1 next week at 6 o'clock on Monday. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you all for playing.
Love you, baby.
I love you. Hey, love you, baby.